Hello, this is Deborah Matthews, Vicar of Verwood and All Saints Three-Legged Cross. Being by the sea is one of the things that I am really missing at the moment. I love the sound and the smell of the sea, and even more, I love being on a ship in the middle of the ocean when there is no land in sight. And we are among the many people due to go on a cruise this year and having it cancelled. So I am particularly missing being on the sea. I'm not too sure, though, that I'd be very good on a little boat in a storm. Because the sea is so powerful, it is the place where I feel closest to the natural world. There is something remote and wild about it, and most importantly, it gives me the biggest impression of the grandeur of God, a remembered line from that great poem by Gerard Manley Hopkins. Well, the reading in our service this week begins with Jesus being at the sea. He goes out from his house to sit beside the sea. But he didn't have time to reflect on the sea as he sat down on the shore. The beach gradually began to get crowded with people. It may have looked like Bournemouth Beach a couple of weeks ago. And surrounded by the crowds, Jesus had to get into a boat to be heard. Jesus wasn't socially distancing because of any virus, but because he needed space to speak to the crowd, and he couldn't do this whilst he was squashed in amongst them. So he waded out through the water and got into the boat so that they could all hear him. I sometimes wonder whether he had been tempting to just sail away, because there are times when things crowd in upon us, times when we would like to run in the opposite direction. And sometimes it's a good thing to stop. There are times when we need to take a break, make some space, and observe things from a distance. As Christians, we begin everything with prayer and wait for God's perspective on our situation to help it to become clearer, because this can immediately change things around. Then, what we think of as insurmountable can become possible. But we do need to acknowledge the realities of our situation, and we need to use our resources, settling expectations and exploring possibilities. The letter beginning each of these words makes up the word pause. And I learnt this last week at a CPAS online leadership training course. And as I thought about it, I realised that this is just what Jesus did. He might have felt like sailing away, but he didn't. He paused. I'm sure he prayed too, although Matthew doesn't say so. But Jesus acknowledged the situation he was in. He utilised the resource of the boat close by. He settled the crowd down when they saw he was going to speak to them and not just sail off. And then he explored and claimed the opportunity to teach the crowd about discipleship by telling them a parable. In church leadership, or in fact in any leadership at the moment, life is tough. In St Michael's, we are drawing up rotas to invite church members back into the building every other week, because our socially distanced layout in church does not allow enough room for everyone to come each week. But we will continue to record our services so everyone can see them and participate in them on the website. And we are looking at our situation and exploring ways to connect with all those people who have joined us online over these past weeks. And so we will continue to pray for ways to reach out to everyone so that they may continue with us to learn from Jesus in whatever ways that we can. So, pause. Have a good week. Enjoy your new haircut if you can get an appointment, and get in training for going back to the gym. God bless you.